Now, there are times when a product comes straight out of left field and manages to stun you. The iQOO 7 Legend does exactly that. Now, while iQOO is trying to find a footing in our country, it goes without saying that it has a lot of potential to upset the incumbents. This sub-brand of Vivo actually makes phones that are catered towards gamers. But even if you're not a gamer, I would suggest that you take a look at the iQOO 7 Legend very seriously, because this is one capable all-rounder. Hi, I'm Ershad, you're watching My Smart Price, and this is my full in-depth review of the iQOO 7 Legend. And you know what? In this very same video, I'm going to be comparing it against the OnePlus 9R and the Vivo X60 as well. Now, before we move on, I generally request you guys to actually hit the subscribe button and maybe the bell icon right next to it. But today I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to ask you to double mask it, stay safe, protect your loved ones, your family and friends. We have to fight the COVID pandemic together. I think the iQOO 7 Legend is quite the looker. Donning BMW Motorsport's iconic tricolor branding, this phone can definitely turn heads. What I particularly like about the design are firstly the matte white finish and feel. It reminds me of my favorite colorway on a phone, the OnePlus 6 Silk White. Secondly, and most importantly, the back curves gently into the matte aluminum midframe, making it fantastic to grip. iQOO's engineers have definitely nailed the in-hand feel of the phone. Moving on, I really dig the blue accent on the power button, which along with the volume rocker is also extremely tactile and clicky. You also get a dual speaker setup and a Type-C port with USB 2.0 spec, which is a bit of a letdown. Also, you don't get a headphone jack. The camera module looks very similar to the Vivo X60 series, but since it is not as slim as those phones, the module doesn't protrude too much from the rear. Also, it doesn't wobble on a flat surface at all. Wow! Additionally, there is a metal plate with iQOO branding that extends from the camera module, which also includes a dual LED flash. Somehow the design just flows. Now, in comparison to the OnePlus 9R and the Vivo X60, the iQOO 7 Legend is a bigger phone thanks to the slightly bigger screen. It is slightly fatter at 8.7mm and much heavier at 209.5 grams. But the weight distribution is so good that you don't really feel it, whether you're holding it horizontally or vertically. The OnePlus 9R has excellent ergonomics and familiar design as well. And the Vivo X60 is a slimmer phone with a plastic frame that does bite into your palms, unfortunately. So overall, I'd pick the iQOO 7 Legend as the best designed smartphone of the three, followed by the OnePlus 9R and the Vivo X60. And this design win doesn't come as a surprise, considering the iQOO 7 Legend also won the Red Dot Design Award. The iQOO 7 Legend has a slightly larger 6.62-inch display, but it is the same AMOLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate. Plus, you get your basic support for wideband L1 and HDR10 playback. But in my testing, the iQOO 7 Legend didn't play back HDR videos on Netflix, whereas the Vivo X60 and the OnePlus 9R did. As far as the brightness goes, the OnePlus 9R has a brighter display for daily usage, as it can achieve higher nits in HBM mode. But it is not like the iQOO 7 Legend and the Vivo X60 are not bright. All the three displays are pretty bright outdoors, even under the harsh sun. Although I did notice a slight color shift at an angle on the iQOO 7 Legend. Now, HDR brightness is pretty high on all the three phones, but the performance with respect to controlling the highlights and shadows and offering the right color science is actually better on the OnePlus 9R. The optical in-display fingerprint scanner, also a part of the display, is great on all the three phones. As for the touch sampling rate, the iQOO 7 Legend offers a higher 300Hz touch sampling rate compared to 240Hz on the Vivo X60 and the OnePlus 9R. It definitely helps with gaming. Additionally, the haptics on this phone are mind-blowing. They're actually the best in this price range. In fact, even better than some other more expensive phones that I've tested lately. In comparison, the OnePlus 9R is good enough, but the Vivo X60 has horrendous haptics. Now, the reason why the iQOO 7 has great haptics is something that I'll also explain in the performance and gaming section. Closing out the multimedia experience are the speakers. The Vivo X60 is the worst of the lot with its tinny mono speaker performance. Between the OnePlus 9R and the iQOO 7 Legend, both of which have dual speakers, the 9R sounds richer and fuller. But earphone performance through a pass-through USB Type-C dongle is great on the Vivo X60 and the iQOO 7 Legend compared to the OnePlus 9, thanks to the support for high-res audio. Now, I don't even have to say this, the iQOO 7 Legend is a superior performer of the three phones here, thanks to the Snapdragon 888 chip inside the phone as opposed to Snapdragon 870 inside the OnePlus 9R and the Vivo X60. The Antutu, Geekbench and 3D Mark scores are all higher on the Snapdragon 888 toting iQOO 7 Legend. And the iQOO 7 Legend also offers sustained gaming performance, as you can see from the 3D Mark Wildlife stress test. Now, what I noticed is that the iQOO 7 Legend actually pushes the performance in gaming without worrying about getting too hot. The cooling chamber is not very effective, but I'll actually take this performance tuning over thermal throttling because you get really good performance on the iQOO 7 Legend. And here's the thing, OnePlus touts the OnePlus 9R as a gaming phone, and that's just a joke. The iQOO 7 Legend is just a way better gaming phone, also considering the fact that it comes with pressure sensitive trigger controls. Essentially, you can configure certain commands to pressure sensitive long press with haptics. I mapped the jump and crouch commands in Call of Duty Mobile to these buttons, and it was super effective during gameplay. In fact, it definitely gave me a tactical advantage as well. The camera setup on the iQOO 7 Legend is identical to the Vivo X60. The only difference is the X60 has the Zeiss branded optics attached. While the OnePlus 9R has a quad camera setup, the 2x telephoto has been replaced by a macro and there's an extra waist depth sensor as well. Anyway, I did a small comparison to see how they fare. Talking about sensor details, the IMX589 inside the Vivo X60 and the iQOO 7 Legend are slightly crisper than the 48MP IMX586 on the OnePlus 9R, especially when you look at the colorful building on the right or the construction site. When it comes to colors, the iQOO 7 Legend gets the reds, the blues and the greens looking close to natural with a slight bump in saturation to make it look attractive. The Vivo X60 has a super warm tone, which is a problem with the camera algorithm as we tested earlier. And the OnePlus 9R has very bad color science in general when shooting non-human subjects. It always looks heavily altered and artificial. Misa's toy here looks pinker than usual. Oh, and by the way, if you look at the 100% crop of her toy, you will see once again that the iQOO and Vivo offer sharper textures compared to the OnePlus 9R. I have two dynamic range testing samples here, one where I've tortured the camera to look at the harsh afternoon sun and the other is a more temperate setting. Do I even have to spell it out here that the OnePlus 9R is absolutely horrendous when it comes to HDR pictures? I mean, what are these results? So yeah, it has been clearly established that the iQOO 7 Legend is the best camera for daylight shots among the three. The Vivo X60 comes in second and loses out to the iQOO 7 Legend due to its super warm color science. The 9R comes in last. Moving on to the ultra-wide images, the color science consistency is good on all the three phones, which indicates once again that the iQOO 7 Legend is closer to natural looking. But the OnePlus 9R has the widest lens and that matters for ultra-wide shots. The barrel distortion correction around the edges is great on all the three phones, but once again the iQOO 7 Legend and the Vivo X60 sensors offer sharper textures, although the difference is negligible. Between the three, I'm still veering towards the iQOO 7 Legend and the Vivo X60 for ultra-wide shots. As for the telephoto, you get 2x optical magnification on the Vivo X60 and the iQOO 7 Legend. The 9R has digital zoom, but you can't really tell the difference between the digital zoom crop and optical zoom at such close levels. Although the OnePlus 9R does get one thing spot on, and that is pictures of human subjects using the main camera, the flesh tones are accurate and so is the color of my t-shirt. But yes, the details when you pixel peep are slightly sharper on the iQOO and Vivo. Moving on to portraits, again the flesh tones are more accurate on the 9R and the details on the other two phones. Although the edge detection is slightly better on the iQOO 7 Legend and the Vivo X60. Overall, I'd go with the OnePlus 9R for human shots and portraits. What about you guys? Have a different take? Now when it comes to macros, the dedicated 5MP shooter on the OnePlus 9R is no match for the macro mode on the Vivo X60 and the iQOO 7 Legend. The 9R cannot go close to the subject as the other two phones and the picture doesn't look as sharp here either. Plus you can see some loss of details around the edges. Also, I'm constantly taken aback by the color temperature consistency of the iQOO 7 Legend here. The Vivo X60 has just made it too warm. Now selfies, whether you're shooting in front of the light or against it, are the best on the Vivo X60. The dynamic range performance of the OnePlus 9R selfie is really bad. And even in low light, the X60 selfies are of better quality. So yeah, selfie fans can pick the Vivo X60 eyes closed. The low light sensitivity of the IMX586 sensor is no match for the IMX589 on the Vivo and iQOO. With night mode on, the pictures look brighter and sharper and well exposed on the Vivo X60 and the iQOO 7 Legend compared to the OnePlus 9R. Even the ultra-wide low light and the telephoto low light shots are evidently better on the Vivo X60 and the iQOO 7 Legend. In fact, between these two phones, you can't really tell the difference. Finally, coming to video recording, the three phones can shoot 4K 60 FPS videos, but only the 9R offers stabilization. The colors are the most accurate on the iQOO 7 Legend, followed by the 9R and the warm-looking Vivo X60. Dynamic range performance is again a letdown on the OnePlus 9R. Sound recording, however, is better on the OnePlus 9R. So now I'm shooting a 4K 60fps video using the iQOO 7 Legend and the OnePlus 9R. The iQOO 7 Legend actually cannot do stabilization at 4K 60fps. Do let me know in the comment section below what you thought about the image quality. Almost very similar phones, both the iQOO 7 Legend and the Vivo X60 in terms of camera. So you can see the dynamic range performance. But in 4K 30fps videos, you do get stabilization, and that's where the iQOO 7 Legend gets a slight advantage with its colors, details and dynamic range performance. Front camera video is possible only at 1080p 30fps on all the three phones, but the 9R offers stabilization. But it also crops a lot of the frame, not very convenient because it is not like the stabilization is way better or anything. Also the facial tones, dynamic range, details and colors are better on the iQOO 7 Legend and the Vivo X60. Alright, so now I'm shooting a 1080p video using the front camera on the iQOO 7 Legend. Very similar to the iQOO 7 Legend in terms of HDR, color quality, the sound recording. The dynamic range performance seems to be way better on the iQOO 7 Legend, of course. You know what, I actually went with very low expectations for the camera performance on the iQOO 7 Legend, and to my surprise, it was actually very well tuned for photography. In fact, of all the three phones, I think that the iQOO 7 Legend has the best camera performance, at least when it comes to photography. With high-end phones, the software experience is vital, and that is where OnePlus edges ahead with its polished and refined Oxygen OS experience. FunTouch 11 based on Android 11 running on iQOO 7 Legend and the Vivo X60 is definitely improved. I like that it looks a lot like how Android should look, and the fact that you get a ton of great features as well. The gaming mode on the iQOO 7 Legend is particularly more detailed than OnePlus's Pro gaming mode. That said, there's still a lot of bloatware which can be deleted thankfully. Also, the VApp store keeps throwing notifications about app recommendations, but you can switch that off too. Although the customization options are far better on the Oxygen OS, and in general, it just feels more slick. Probably Origin OS can change that for Vivo and iQOO. Battery life is slightly better on the OnePlus 9R and the Vivo X60. You can eke out close to 7 hours of screen on time from these phones, which indicates a little over a day's worth of battery life. On the iQOO 7 Legend, you can expect 5 to 6 hours of screen on time. While the iQOO 7 Legend doesn't include the super fast 120-watt charger in the box in India, it does come with a 67-watt charger, and that can charge the phone from 0 to 100 in under 25 minutes, and the OnePlus 9R takes a little over 30 minutes. So yeah, these phones are some of the fastest charging phones around. The Vivo X60 does lose out in that regard, unfortunately. When it comes to call quality or 4G network aggregation, all these phones are top-notch, no complaints. However, the bigger question is, will these phones support all 5G bands in the future? Currently, they support only a few. But if Vivo, iQOO or OnePlus wants to, more bands can be added in the future if need be through a software update. Now, whether they will do it or not is something we'll have to wait and watch. So all said and done, as a product, the iQOO 7 Legend is actually a more well-rounded smartphone compared to the Vivo X60 and the OnePlus 9R. You can go for the OnePlus 9R if you want a clean software experience, but with the Vivo X60, which is squarely aimed at camera enthusiasts, I actually expected better camera performance, which was not really the case. Which is actually a shocker considering the fact that the iQOO 7 Legend, which was a performance-oriented phone, actually takes great pictures using its cameras. Which means that ASUS definitely needs to take notes for its gaming smartphone and how to tune the cameras on its gaming smartphone from iQOO. So yeah, the iQOO 7 Legend doesn't have any major compromises worth highlighting, making it one of my favorite smartphones under Rs 40,000. Now, if it's the best option for you under Rs 40,000 or not is something that I'll have to check after I've tested the Mi 11X Pro. Now, while we've spoken about the product iQOO 7 Legend, there's one thing that we need to highlight, and that is the brand iQOO. Is iQOO as trustworthy as a OnePlus or a Vivo? Here's the interesting thing, iQOO has confirmed that it is actually now a sub-brand of Vivo in the country, which means that it will also be able to leverage the extensive service network that Vivo has already established, and that's all great news for the buyers. So I think that you can buy the iQOO 7 Legend without any tension. My name is Arshad, you're watching My Smart Price. I hope you guys liked our full review of the iQOO 7 Legend. Until next time, goodbye and Godspeed, my friends.